When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see the Sooners taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Sooners will put total leather and we'll get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bulldogs offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. We can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Interesting to see what they do today.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
The give to the back. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. And the Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat.
Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Oklahoma's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Johnson wants to throw it. With the catch, it's Gibson. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Quarterback extends the play. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Sooners are flying down the field. He'll do it himself. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
A first down run on the doorstep. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Second and goal for this offense. Wants to go up top. Dumps it off in the flats. Touchdown Sooners! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw, it's Coleman Hope. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get...
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. 2nd and 3rd and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Snag in the middle, it's Evans. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Got it near midfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's got his man. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. Johnson looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
on the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Reese. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
From midfield, looking for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Here's the handoff. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete...
Turning it on! And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold on.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run it from the gun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And it's no good. He missed it. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game. It's still a 14-point lead, guys. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Wants to throw. It's Coleman Hope. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to sling it on second down. Fires downfield. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Quickly out to the tight end. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect 3rd down and long execution by this defense.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. From the gun, the running back looking for room. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Let's see what they've got on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff looking for a crease. Still running at the 40. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Catch in the middle. It's Kent. Touchdown Sooners! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all three phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Mississippi State going up-tempo. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated. Take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And he goes down back at the 1-yard line.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Johnson wants to throw it. Makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Offense set on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. And the Sooners are facing 3rd and inches. Pulls and fired complete. Breaks into the open. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Using the quick game. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And after that last touchdown toss, look out, Baker Mayfield record could be going down for single-game touchdown passes.
And you think of all the great quarterbacks and the records that they put up with the Sooners, man. It's impressive. And this guy having himself a day, spreading the ball around, touchdowns palooza. What a nice day.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they... And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. And the defense is going to get 2 for the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been...
Intercepted, and finally this defense makes a play. Looking for more room. He's at the... Touchdown, Mississippi State! The defense takes matters into its own hands. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Tatum. They've got him now. He almost picked up that 1st down on the screen. The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Finds the tight end. The 6-yard line, it'll be 1st down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15, a 1st down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
The Sooners come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy.
Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into.
Pulls in the deep ball. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to pass. It's Croman home. Got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Glover. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Mississippi.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Splits the uprights. Good. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernails.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield, and time is running short. The screen, and watch out. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And the Bulldogs will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be. Stop him at the 21. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He'll keep it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Motion from the back. Johnson looking to throw. On target. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll line up for a second down play. Here we go. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's held. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Sooners are on the move. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
That is no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. Got it in the middle. It's Reese. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. Scanning the field, it's Croman Hope. Gets it out fast. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Back to pass on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Reese. He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. The sure hands, it's Sampson. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. Now on first and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldog. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job.
Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. North Carolina is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Ramses isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Miami. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Dropping back, it's Croman Hope. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Everybody needs a little luck, offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires one high and deep. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. Back to pass. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Power football with the run. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to...
Turning it on! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. And this quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Tatum. Got the first down and more. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Johnson wants to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Tatum. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Stopped Trapped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. And the sack all the way back at the 5. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sampson. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes the grab close to the logo. Can they catch him? He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. This offense has it with really good field position. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. And the Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Floating away. Fires to the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And this one splits the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And down he goes back at the 3. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the 4th quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving.
Open field on the right. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Defense not showing press coverage. Looking for a man. It's Croman Hope. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. That's going to be a safety. The offense is back on top of it. This is bad, but it could have been worse.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. The best way this offense can say thanks for that 2 spot is by following it up with a score of their own, David.
Really fun when your defense does that, when they get you back the football and they score.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Defense playing a bail technique. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll move the wide receiver. Using his legs, it's Pittman. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
They'll try the run. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. It would take a miracle to get back in this game, but any miracle will have to start with this 4th down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Bounced right back to them. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Breaks into the open. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the one that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
The defense playing zone coverage, they're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Gets it past the marker. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. The throw. Finds his tight end. Tripped up for the tackle.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Sooners pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Trying to power it in. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he made the extra point without problem.
Mississippi State, 24.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Flushed out of the pocket. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down for this offense. Looking for room. It's Clark. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Croman Hope. Moves around to clear up the vision. Short gain on the play before he slides. Lining up to convert third down. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.